And welcome to episode 53 of TruBlu Politics podcast with me, Karen, from Chicago. And who are you? I'm sorry.
I'm Anita, or Antifa.
That's
Anita.
right. That's right. I remember you.
Yeah.
So welcome to episode 53.
Blue wave, we rise to save the day. Only me, only you can let our hearts sail away on a blue wave.
We have a lot to talk about, Anita. A lot has happened.
I know. It's hard to know where to start. So I try to
overwhelming
to kind of talk about a little bit of everything, but
I do want to kind of start things off. First of all, and this is, because, and I know you probably don't realize, but you have a huge fan base out there. And
do I?
you do. And of course, our little precious little pocket Anita pumpkin had a health scare over the last couple of weeks since we were on last. And I don't know. I was very worried. I know it was very scary for you and your family. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I lost some blood, and so I had to have some blood transfusions. I stayed in the hospital for a few days, and now I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a week, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm back to working out and taking it a little bit easier, just because I don't want to overdo it right away. But I'm sure it had a lot to do with the stress that we're all under right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten, it's causing me to have these health problems, and it's hard not to kind of to feel this anxiety all the time.
Yeah.
If you're,
and it has a visceral effect.
Yeah, sure. and I have to. I feel like I have to, because somebody has to be paying attention, and unfortunately, not enough people still aren't.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, listen, you don't have to shoulder all of the burden, and I think that,
you pay attention.
Paying attention. And, I absolutely, we all have to pay attention. But we also have to know when we need to just kind of take a break and back off of it. Just
I
so
know.
that
it's
so that you
hard.
can. I know, I know it's really hard, and it really is becoming a discipline for me, to be able to, to give myself permission, because I think you and I, one of the things about the two of us that, why we work so well together is because we are very similar in that,
Right.
We, in our families even, it was like, okay, we felt that we were the ones that had to kind of, step up and make sure everybody was okay and shoulder a lot of responsibility.
Is what we are.
Okay, that's basically it. I mean, I guess if you really want to just kind of parse it down to that. Right. But it's like one of those things where it's like, well, if I'm not doing it, then who's going to do it?
I know.
And, the thing of it is.
And now they count on us to do it. People all the time. Right. I know this is in your family too. They're like, they'll ask me, what do you think about this and what's happening?
Right.
Right. And so it's hard, and I know you're right. We have to step back, but right now.
Right. Because and the thing of it is, other people are stepping up. I mean, you look at the, what's going on in Minnesota, and the numbers of people that turned out yesterday.
They're all over
on
the
country. 23rd. Yeah.
All over the country, because I was telling Karen that my daughter was watching, I guess she saw it on the news or something, but there was like, of course she's a teacher, maybe she heard it from the other teachers, like thousands of people from all the schools here in San Antonio walked out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this had to be happening all over the country. I know you told me it happened in Oak Park where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably happening all over the country. People are just really angry and they're just not having it anymore. We see these pictures of this 5-year-old with his bunny hat and his
Yeah.
Spider-Man backpack being used as bait to get his
Mm-hmm.
parents, who was here legally
Right. Going
under an
through
asylum process,
right.
had his father, mother, no, they had committed no crimes. They came
Mm-hmm.
here asking for asylum, which is legal.
Right.
And now they're all in a
Mm-hmm.
detention camp in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know where the
Yeah,
mother
and his
is.
older brother
His
came
older brother
home
and didn't
and
know where he
found
was.
them gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So who's going to take care of this little boy? It's just, it's unbelievable what's happening. And then there was a 2-year-old girl. They took a 2-year-old girl to an American citizen. This is happening everywhere.
But yet the shamelessness of the right and right-wing media is to still beat this drum of they're going after the worst of the worst. These are criminals and rapists
that
and everything.
5-year-old. You
When
don't know
we
what
can
he's done.
see,
Did we look
right,
into his record?
we can see with our own 2 eyes
I know,
the
of
people
course.
that they're pulling up. And I know I'm not telling you anything new, Anita, but I mean, it's like this is the thing that we have to keep pushing back. If you have any right-wing friends or relatives left in your life, these are the kinds of things that you have to keep pointing out. Show me where this is doing anything that they said to justify this kind of terror campaign on American citizens and the people that keep our economy pumping.
It doesn't even make any sense.
None.
First of all, if they're going around looking for people here illegally, they're not looking for criminals. They're just not, because they have a quota. Stephen Miller said it at 3,000, and that just means arrests. Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't mean whether it's an American citizen. It doesn't matter whether somebody's here, legally, whatever. Okay. So they've got this quota, and they're just grabbing people. And as a matter of fact, when they come up to you and demand, just because you're brown or you have an accent, they want your papers. Let me see your identification. What's your social security number? Where were you born? These kind of questions. It's like you're in fucking Nazi Germany. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not America.
No.
These people are the same people with the "don't tread on me."
Yep.
Don't tread on me.
Yep, exactly. And they're treading their jack boots all over.
And some of them are getting treaded on too.
Constitution. Yeah.
And they're like the people that guy I was telling you, whose wife was picked up. This big MAGA guy was all for it until it happened to him, and his wife was picked up and put in a detention center.
Right. And then they start a GoFundMe to help.
And then he has to GoFundMe. And he's like, oh no, please help me. This isn't political. Yeah, it is. Dude, you did this to yourself. You did this to your wife. You did this to your kids.
Well, this is, I mean, but this is how politics is personal, dude. So when you engage politically in the process of voting, that does have real consequences on you personally, on other people. And they don't ever seem to have a problem with it when,
happening to other people
else's family. Like, there was, the Professional Left did their latest episode last night, and they were talking about this Minnesota vendor, right? Who, she voted for Trump. She voted Republican for the first time because he was going to be good for business. Right.
And go after the LGBTQ.
And go after. Exactly. And it's just, and this is it.
And now her business is ruined. Now her business is ruined, and they're coming after her because she's Somali.
That's right. So this is the thing. Your hate is going to be turned back on you. It's what you put out, you're going to get back. So if you want to hate on one group of people, you want to go ahead and spew hate onto one group of people, there's another group of people that's going to spew hate back on you. That's the way it works.
They're using you. They're using you. They're getting you to put them in power. They've used you to put them in power, but they have no use for you after that.
Exactly right.
You are just a tool.
White women, that's you two bitches. Okay?
That's right.
That's you.
Anybody, I mean, unless you're a billionaire, who's oligarch, they have no use for you other than to help them, to get them elected, to put them in power. And you did that. And now everybody's going to suffer.
Yeah, exactly right. So, here
and
we
that
are.
kind of leads into what we're talking about, because these people do not give a crap about Americans, or, they don't, as a matter, they're completely clueless, completely out of touch, and they don't care to be in touch. They have Mar-a-Lago Great Gatsby party. So that one with the dogs, they have the dog mask and the 1800, the Victorian era
Right.
Costumes, dancing
Right.
around like
Right.
something out of, what's that movie?
Let him eat cake.
Yeah, Let Him Eat Cake. Something out of what's that movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman?
Oh yeah, Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Mhm.
I mean,
That
and
seriously, it's so
they're eating
bizarre.
lobster and caviar and prime rib, and they've got all the champagne flowing and everything, and girls in a champagne glass, and
Gluttony.
it's just it's disgusting. It's and meanwhile, and we'll talk about this. They're telling us
how out of touch.
Yeah, they're
that
telling us we have to, we have to eat one tortilla, one piece of chicken, and one piece of broccoli.
Sure. Well, here, so we can start this party off by playing the clip that you sent me, Trump's Treasury Secretary
This is out of
Scott
touch. They are,
Bessent.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go.
We are going to give guidance at some point to see what is a mom and pop, that someone, maybe your parents for their retirement, about 5, 10, 12 homes. So we don't want to push the mom and pops out. We just want to push everyone else out.
So that was a conversation, yes, with Fox Business with Maria Bartiromo.
You didn't finish it.
That was the total one that you sent.
Oh no, he goes on. I can't believe that I didn't have the whole thing, because he says when mom and they can retire if they have 5, 10, 12 houses. Like mom and pop, your mom and dad, they can retire. Your mom and dad, maybe they have 5, maybe they have 10, maybe they have 12 houses.
How many houses are you on, Anita?
How
many houses do you have?
This is my homestead. So
wah, wow.
But I mean, how many
try harder, honey.
Try
harder.
Have 10 or 12 houses, unless they're a hedge fund, mom and pop hedge fund.
Who the fuck in this country has 5, 10, 12 homes?
That's what they're saying. Oh my God.
I mean, are these people, this is who you're voting for, Trump voters that can't find 2 fucking nickels to, scrub together. This is what you're voting for.
Yeah, you're voting for
when you're
the average person has 5 or 10 or 12 houses to retire.
Right, when you've got, I mean, 5 jobs. Is he talking about 5 jobs?
5, no, houses.
Oh, houses. Oh, I thought he was talking about, because that actually people are having between a single household, 2 adults, have 3 to 5 jobs between the 2
with
people.
One house.
I mean, that's what's happening. And in addition to that, they have to apply for SNAP benefits, which are going away.
Yeah. But even if you're just a regular person,
reality. Yeah.
But even if you're just a regular person with one job.
The regular person with one job, that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it does exist, because
it doesn't, but not for your average person. I'm telling you. Well, the people, the kids that are graduating.
You mean young people? For young people.
I'm talking young people. I'm talking about for young people,
young people
and some
have
older
one job
people too. And I mean, look, my brother, professional, well-educated, he's working multiple jobs, ride sharing, and doing ride shares and things like that. Because
no, of course that exists. That's happening. I know. I've talked to people in hospitals. I never forget the X-ray technician. It was like, she felt guilty because she couldn't be home with her kids because she had 3 jobs. She worked in a nursing home. She did X-ray. Yep. She was an X-ray technician. I can't remember what else she had. But yeah, that happens. But of course there are people that have one job. But the truth is, it's getting harder and harder to make it with just one income. So, he is just totally out of touch. But even if you're getting by with one job, your parents don't own 5, 10, or 12 houses. That's ridiculous. That's completely out of touch. So out of touch. It's unbelievable. This guy lives in a Barbie mansion. Okay.
Yep.
He lives in a Barbie mansion by, no, that's the other one that lived next door to Epstein. But these guys are so fucking out of touch. They're billionaires.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah, and then of course, so he speaks about, how many homes people have to. So right now, and it came out in the last month that the average age for a first-time home buyer is 40. And so because Trump is such a fucking genius, he comes up his solution to housing affordability is coming up with a 50-year mortgage, which help me with the
oh,
math, Anita, but if
well,
that
yeah, make
happens,
you
then you're
90. Then you're,
90,
and most people
right?
don't live to 90. What is that? Okay. What is the average? What is the life in the United States? It's going down, of course.
Of course,
Average
as we
lifespan.
speak,
Yeah.
like the
So yeah,
second.
you're not going to own that house. So you're going
Yeah,
to get 50-year mortgage, and but
right.
basically you're going to be a slave to the bank. You're never going to own the
Yes,
home, and you're never going to be able.
exactly.
And
You
that's the
have
kind of
no, yeah,
what
you don't
the
have any
three-legged
equity.
stool.
Right. You don't,
That's a three-legged stool: the Social
right.
Security, retirement, pension, and home ownership.
Yep.
So there goes
Yep.
another stool. Okay, the
Yeah.
pensions are gone.
Yep. Yep. And so,
So
because, they're technically it's not a predatory loan, but it is actually predatory because it's going to have higher interest rates. You don't start getting any accumulating equity
mm-hmm. Until
for
yeah, for 30
decades.
years.
Yep. Yep.
When you
And
when you would actually own your house outright
yeah.
normally with a
So
30-year loan.
literally in my industry, because I'm a broker, in my industry, lenders aren't even talking about it. It's not even something
It's
that's
not going to
being
happen.
floated as an option, but it just speaks to the again, how
The
out
total
of
out of touch.
touch.
Yeah. Yes, they're so out of and this is their idea. This is their idea. Oh, I mean, they don't think because they cannot possibly conceive of people that actually worry about these things, and
Mhm.
because everybody's got 5 or 10 or 12 houses, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, you know what? The problem is we need to get the housing, their payments down. Then they'll have
Hmm.
more money. They're not thinking because they don't have to think about the future. A lot of them just buy their houses
Sure.
outright.
Right. They're preying on people's desperation.
Yeah, they're preying on
So
desperation,
it
just
is
like those payday
absolutely,
loans.
absolutely, it's totally predatory.
Mm-hmm.
It's and with the removal of the Dodd-Frank protections, on and on and on.
Oh my God, it's just so.
Yeah,
These people are just. And then we and another we can talk about how these the drug price thing, the how they're so out of touch. They do not understand people who are worried about paying for their medication, paying their medical bills. They're taking away the Affordable Care Act subsidies, and then once again, Republicans are talking about health savings accounts to cover everything. This is how out of touch they are. They think that people can just put away all this money
hmm,
and pay for everything with their health savings account. I don't know about you, but my health savings account isn't going to pay for my health care. It just won't. It's like
right.
$2,000. Okay.
So I'm getting some breaking news right now.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was a shooting in Minnesota.
Oh God. Not of what?
It's
Does it
not
say
under
any other?
control. I'm gonna look it up, but yeah, let's talk. But I'll try and look
But the
up
health
some
savings account
stuff.
thing bugs me. That's why I brought it up because they
Yeah,
really think that people have enough money to put aside. What happens when you have cancer? What happens when you have, a hospital? You have to go to the hospital because you broke your leg.
right.
Your health savings account isn't going to pay for that. It won't even probably pay for your MRI.
No, not at all. Not at all. And so of course, Trump ran on affordability, right?
Look,
And
he did. Now he says it's a hoax because it was a hoax
now
when
it's
he
a
said it.
hoax, but the agriculture secretary Brooke Rollins has a suggestion
Oh yeah, this is how
for
we
all of
get
us.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is how you do it, peoples, just in case you're
yeah.
wondering.
I know.
Okay.
Stop complaining.
Stop it.
I think the question you're asking, and it's a really important one, is while we're asking Americans to reconsider what they're eating, are we actually asking Americans, especially those who are living on the margins, are we asking them to spend more on their diet? And the answer to that is no. We've run over 1,000
Do you really
simulations.
need all that
It
food?
can cost around
And
$3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
You've done the
next step,
analysis
though,
on
is,
that
but what
because
about
that's
those?
one of
We
the
have.
one of the
We have.
criticisms I heard from some
I don't think
nutrition
so.
folks who said, like with the event you
I
mentioned,
don't
all
think
the
so.
protein, saying, all right, well, steak obviously it's expensive. So are you asking people to spend more money with these new dietary guidelines than in the past? You say no?
Yes.
That's right. And the answer to that is absolutely no. Now,
Fuck yeah.
there
Oh.
are, as most things are coming down, there
She's talking a piece of chicken. It's got to be
Yeah.
really crappy chicken if it's going to help me $3 and like what?
What universe?
Broccoli. I mean, this is so ridiculous. And what is the mystery meat or the mystery?
Yeah. Oh, hold on one second.
buyers, beef has been one of them, but ground beef is coming down.
No, it's not.
No, it is not.
No, it's not. This is
It sure as the
bullshit.
fuck
I remember
isn't,
when they were
bitch.
running. He was running for office and said people need to be able to have a steak. This is what JD Vance said. People should be able to have a steak, a ribeye once a week. Now they're telling us you can have a piece of chicken and a piece of broccoli and a corn tortilla.
Yeah.
For dessert.
And you know, the Chiron. So this is actually from News Nation. She was on News Nation, and the Chiron says here consumer prices 2.7% up from a year ago.
And you know that's when they don't bring that's not groceries, okay? That's not food. That's
Right.
not what that it's about 2.7. But coffee, beef,
It's
chicken,
like 40%.
yeah, those things have gone up tremendously, and that is directly related to these stupid tariffs.
Yep.
Now, not the beef. I don't know. The beef is, yeah, part of it is that, but I mean, it's just these guys. They're just so unbelievably. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way they can go out there and say that.
Yeah.
She can go out there and say that. And remember, they were telling us how we had to tighten our belts for Christmas too. You don't have to buy Brownie those slippers.
Right.
You don't need to buy. You
don't have to.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, these are the people that if Barack Obama or Joe Biden had said anything like that, are you kidding me? Communists.
Right. Oh, I know. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So I just want to, and I know it's going off script here. So my reporter here, Liz B, is sending me information. Someone shot protesters wearing gas masks. Videos are hopefully recording the crimes. I just cannot process the absence of government leadership. Where the fuck are the Democrats? Well, what are they going to do?
Where are the Democrats?
Yeah.
Okay. I am so tired of that.
I know.
You know what? Maybe you should have been out there getting Democrats elected. Okay.
Yep. Exactly. Let's see. So she's worried that he's going to use this to invoke the Insurrection Act.
Now, a protester got shot?
Yeah, I'll try and look it up to see if I can find something being streamed.
People keep talking about the Insurrection Act, okay? And I know that's scary and everything, but they're not going to stop midterm elections, okay? That's not going to happen. The states have control of the elections, the midterm elections. They can't. It's in the Constitution. They just can't. No, that's not funny, Karen.
No,
it's not funny.
But no,
because what you're doing is you're suppressing the vote.
But here's I understand what you're saying. I understand all of that. But from the standpoint of you can't do that, it's against the Constitution.
No, but they're
I'm
judges.
Saying,
they're not. It'll take 2 hours to get that overturned.
I understand.
If he tries to sign a stupid executive order, it's not going to happen. There are too many people out there who run elections. It's not like the federal government has control over our elections. It doesn't. That's not the way it works here.
I understand. All right. Well, I will try and find more information. But yes, and moving on, of course, Donald Trump was in Greenland sorry, he was in Iceland. Oh no, wait, no. He was with the
penguins
in Davos.
In the South Pole.
He was in Davos, right? He was in Davos, embarrassing the fuck out of the United States on the world stage.
Well, what else does he do but embarrass us? Every time he goes out on the world stage or anywhere, he embarrasses us. He just
Exactly.
rambled on and on about the same stupid shit. He rambles on and on about all the time about how the
How the
election was
election was
stolen,
stolen.
how about windmills.
I'm the
They're
most
for
prosecuted
suckers.
president of ever anybody.
He said so many stupid things, and he's talking to people from all over the world who know better. These people aren't just
Windmills are bad. Rear, 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 rear.
where he does
Bing
that thing.
bong bong, bing
Bing, bing,
bong
bong.
bong, bing bong.
Oh my God. Did
Jesus
he talk
fucking
about Hannibal
Christ.
Lecter? I don't know.
I don't know. He's gonna, you know what? I'm sure he's got his list of the best ofs
Oh my God. He's just
ready to roll.
he's such a joke. And here's the thing, okay? He has done more, or he has done more to hurt the
Oh my God.
chances of any right wing opposition in the globe, like in other countries like Denmark or in the UK or in Germany, because he's ridiculous and he's just so awful.
Yep.
And so like even the right wing opposition in Denmark is like, oh no. I mean they're
Right. That dude's extreme.
yeah. Nigel Farage came out against some of the stuff he said. I would like to see more of that because these guys are going to look really bad now.
I would like to see more of that and fewer state dinners.
Well, I think that's happening. He got
so.
humiliated on the world stage. That's what happened. No matter what the right wing spin is, he got humiliated. He went in there demanding we have Greenland, that we had to have Greenland. It was imperative for our national security. China and Russia were trying to take Greenland, and we needed it. And also, he said we need title, because real estate, whatever. We need title, and we can't just be leasing Greenland, which is it was all so fucking absurd.
So
and then he goes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know what? We'll just take a framework of a concept of a deal. I mean, and then of course that's not even what happened because he supposedly said he spoke to the NATO Premier General, and that's where they kind of made this deal, which is just basically the status quo. America gets to put any military bases they want on there already. They can have, access to the mineral rights, all this other stuff that we already have, right?
Right.
Since 1951.
Exactly. Thank you.
So, yeah. So, but the NATO Premier General said, we never discussed Greenland. The Greenlanders and the Danish said, no, we weren't talking about, we never discussed this with them. What? So he's just making it up once again, just like he made it up. Yeah, like remember the phony Israeli peace plan that the media all fell for?
Yep.
I mean, how many times are they going to fall for this bullshit?
Well, now he's the head of the Ministry of Peace, right?
The Legion of Doom, yeah.
The Legion of Doom.
The island of misfit toys, okay?
Yeah.
These guys,
where only despots are joining.
Yes. This is like, okay, if the United States, if a president had said, hey, I want to form a coalition of, countries that are wanting to work towards world peace. Of course, we already have the UN. But the rest of the world would have gone, we already have that, don't we? But yeah, we'll go along because it's the United States of America. Right. Well, now they're all like, oh, hell no. This is a joke. We're not joining you stupid.
Wait.
And so now it's just a bunch of
And what's the cost
villains.
Of membership? Well, how much
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
And yeah, we don't. You know what that is for anyway? This is just for Jared Kushner's real estate development company, so that they can build on the Gaza Strip, so they can profit off of it.
Yep. Which was, by the way, prior to the 2024 election. That story was out there. It was laid out. He already had the contracts.
That's right.
He said
it. He said it out loud.
So hello. Okay. So all y'all up in Detroit.
Yeah.
All y'all that were sitting there banging this, drum about, free Palestine.
Genocide Joe.
Yep. Genocide Joe and, all the rest of it couldn't possibly bring yourself to vote for
Rashida
for VP Harris. Yeah, exactly. No, this is what it was. It was out there for you to see
Mm-hmm.
in
There was no excuse.
2024. There's no excuse. He said he would let Netanyahu finish the job.
That's right.
And
That's what
we
he's
also
doing.
had this stories that Jared Kushner had these development contracts.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what's going on. And these guys, I mean, they have a plan. They
Right.
basically want these oligarchs to rule the United States of America,
Yep.
and we just kind of fight over the scraps.
That's right.
And
That's right. And
that
nobody
was living-
wins. Not the Palestinian people, not the people in Ukraine,
not the people in Greenland,
not the people in Greenland, not the people in Arkansas, Alabama. None of y'all win.
Mm-mm. Nope, we're all nothing to them. They don't care about our country. They don't care about America. As a matter of fact, they hate it. They just see it as something that they can exploit. And they see Americans as people they can exploit.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Yep,
I mean, we talked about this. The real reason they want Greenland. The real reason they wanted Greenland is because these tech bros and these other investors, big companies, first of all, these tech bros, these libertarian types, that all donated to Donald Trump, have this fantasy of making Greenland their like libertarian paradise for when the world ends. Seriously, read that. I sent you that thing explaining it.
No, I'm.
Can you read that?
Yeah, let me pull that up. That was give me a second. I will pull it up. But keep talking. Go ahead.
So we can all have a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, and a piece of corn tortilla. Well, they're over there hiding out in Greenland.
The question was asked.
Okay.
Of something somewhere. Why do some libertarian tech bros, as they're called, want to control Greenland? And the answer, it's all about turning Greenland into this libertarian utopia, a low regulation freedom city for tech experiments, crypto, AI data centers, and whatever else they dream up without pesky rules or taxes. Guys like Peter Thiel, name sound familiar? Mark Andreessen, and backers of outfits like Praxis see it as the ultimate frontier, sparsely populated, melting ice, opening up land and rare earth minerals for mining, big for chips and batteries, plus natural cooling servers. There are shots of Greenland's icy landscape beautiful, but climate change is exposing those resources. They're pushing Trump hard on acquiring it or parts of it to make this happen, framing it as a tech hub and with minimal oversight. Concept stuff like this, floating cities, net state. Yeah, okay, so.
I think it's important that we understand what the true motivations are. Donald Trump doesn't know anything, okay? He doesn't have a strategy or plan. But they're telling him, you get Greenland and that'll be your legacy. You'll have made the United States bigger than Canada. And Russia is putting that into his head all the time. These reports coming out of Russia, the newspapers are like, oh yeah, if you get Greenland, you'll be almost as big as Russia. Of course, they can't say it will be as big as Russia because,
No, of course not.
But you'll be bigger than Canada. No American president will have enlarged the United States more.
Donnie.
So
you won't have the smallest hands anymore.
No, nobody will think you have small hands anymore. Nobody will call you a mushroom.
That's it.
Mushroom,
Dick. We can say it on this.
Oh, that's right. Dick.
If you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to TruBlu Politics Podcast on Patreon. At any level you can, it is so appreciated and so needed. Anita and I would love to be able to increase the frequency of episodes. We would like to upgrade equipment to make these podcasts even higher quality. But, we have day jobs. We can't do this without support from our loyal listeners and our TruBlu crew politics podcast subscribers. And at any level, you will get additional content as well as be a part of our TruBlu crew podcast chat room, where we can interact with you all and hear back. Give us some feedback. Whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, please consider giving us 4 stars, 5 stars, and a review. We love hearing from you, and we couldn't do it without you. So please consider subscribing. Buy me a coffee. Buy Anita a coffee. And keep the fight going. We are living through unprecedented times with attacks on our democracy and our rights. So we want to continue to be voices in the resistance, and along with you, keep fighting the fight against this autocratic regime. Thanks, everybody. We love you. Okay, so here I am going to, because we have a number of these videos that are on point with what we're talking about. So this was Donald Trump speaking about his conversation with President Macron in France.
Yes, this is a doozy.
Yeah, this is a doozy. Here we go.
I called up the heads of the countries. As an example, France, I spoke to a very good man, President Macron of France, and I said, Emmanuel, you have to raise your drug prices. He said, no, we will not do that. I said, you have to. He said, no, I don't want to do that. Look, you're asking me for go to $10 to $20. You're going to come way down to 20. We don't want to do that. Now, in all fairness, no other president even tried. But if they did try, there was actually a fake story in stupid USA Today. I didn't even think they make it anymore. I haven't. But I saw a story where Biden was trying to do this. Biden never tried to do it. Biden didn't know he was alive. He never tried to do it. But they're taking it from $10 to 20. So he would say, and the other leader said the same thing. No, we won't do it. I said, no, you're going to do it 100%. They said, nope, we're not doing it. We're not going to double our price. Because, again, if you go from $10 to $20, they're doubling their price. Nice. We're coming down, though, from $130 to $20, because we're going to get the lowest drug prices in the world. Whatever the lowest price is called favored nations, we're going to have the lowest price. So I said, no, you're going to. No, I will not do this. Politically, it's unacceptable. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to do it 100%. Please accept it now. Be nice. Yes, you are. He said, why do you keep telling me I am because if you don't do it, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on everything France sells into the United States of America.
So,
first of all, I want to make sure you understand that it's bullshit. It's also bullshit. Every word he said is bullshit. That conversation never happened. Macron has come out. First of all, Macron doesn't control drug prices in France.
No.
Okay, that's their Social Security Administration, whatever they call it there. He doesn't control it. They have universal health care. Mm-hmm. And Biden did, and we talked about this. What he's talking about, he doesn't even understand what he's talking about. What Biden did, and let me just say this real quick. He's saying you have to raise your drug prices, France, because so ours will be for what? Because so ours won't look so bad, so high.
Exactly. You're making me look bad.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck off.
That never happened.
Fuck off. Never happened. But if it did, I'm sure that Macron would have been like, fuck off.
Fuck off. How do you say it, France? How would you say that in France?
How do you serve? Do you serve cheese on a wafer of fuck off? Is that how you're supposed to serve cheese? But here, so he talks about President Biden didn't even know he was alive. It didn't happen. Okay, so here we go. Because you know what, Anita, you're not the only one with a special friend who can be asked questions.
Oh, that's true. You're making friends too. I know.
I'm making some friends too. So this is what my friend said was President Biden's administration has made lowering prescription drug prices a central pillar of its health policy, primarily through the passage and implementation of the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. These measures primarily target Medicare beneficiaries, but also have also influenced the broader pharmaceutical market. Here are the key accomplishments: Medicare drug price negotiations. For the first time, Medicare is authorized to negotiate directly with drug manufacturers on prices for certain high-cost drugs. In August 2024, the administration announced negotiated prices for the first 10 drugs, with agreements resulting in price reductions of 38% to 79% off list prices. These negotiated prices take effect in 2026. Now, what year is it?
It's 2026.
Oh,
And
thank
Donald
you.
Trump is trying to take credit for like
That's
Ozempic
right.
going down.
Exactly. And so here, let me roll through the rest of them, but I did want to read that out. 35% insulin cap for Medicare, $2,000 out-of-pocket cap starting in 2025.
Let me just say this real quick. When the $35 insulin, all the
Yes.
other companies that produce insulin dropped their prices too because of that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Then we have inflation rebates. The administration established penalties for drug companies that increase prices faster than the rate of inflation. Since April 2023, these penalties have resulted in lower coinsurance for over 120 drugs in Medicare Part B. Free vaccines.
That's been repealed.
Yep, that's done. Which recommended vaccines, including the shingles vaccine, are now available at no cost to Medicare Part D beneficiaries, with over 10 million people receiving a free vaccine in 2023. And last but not least, expansion of Extra Help program eligibility for low-income subsidy LIS program, also known as Extra Help, was expanded, providing no premium, $0 premiums, and reduced copays for qualified Medicare Part D beneficiaries. So basically, the impact and future outlook, the negotiated prices for the first 10 drugs are estimated to save Medicare beneficiaries $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs and save taxpayers $6 billion in 2026. What year is it?
2026.
Thank you. The administration is continuing the process with 15 additional drugs selected for negotiation for 2027. While these measures have led to lower costs for many, they have also faced criticism from, oh my God, pharmaceutical companies, of course, and some lawmakers, Republicans. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. No, Biden did so many good things that he didn't get credit for because the media was too focused on bullshit.
That's right. And now, of course, Donald Trump is trying to take credit for those things.
Yeah. So don't get it twisted. He didn't do any of that shit. He didn't do the when he got up there talking about Ozempic, and bragging about getting the prices down. That was Biden's deal.
Yep.
He hasn't done jack shit.
He hasn't done jack shit. He took credit the first time around for Obama's great economy, and now he's doing it again because he doesn't have anything to offer. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a cheat.
Yeah,
exactly.
He got elected by promising everybody anything because you can get elected if you just tell you're willing to say anything. He's willing to say anything, whether it's true or not. Yep. So all these promises, he doesn't even remember the things that he promised.
No, exactly. And now affordability, and now it's a hoax. It was all about that, right?
Because it was a hoax when he said it. He doesn't understand. He talks about affordability because he cannot conceive of the fact that people actually are struggling because they're doing very well. The people that hang out at Mar-a-Lago with him, they're doing fantastic. And he says it all the time. Oh, I just made you guys twice as rich.
Sure. And, with, announcing we're taking Greenland, we're not taking Greenland. We're taking Greenland, we're not taking Greenland. And those have effects on the stock market.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Anyway, and
he's making them rich.
Right.
He's making them rich in a number of ways. He's
in a number of ways. Yes. 100%. Yeah. And, but it again, it speaks to that first video that we, soundbite that we played with, Scott Besson. They're completely out of touch. They have no fucking clue how the rest of us live. And the most I mean, and of course, it's not the only explanation that I can find for these dumb, low information, knuckle dragging MAGAs and the people that just don't pay attention until they're waiting in line to vote and they hear one little thing or that shop owner that says, well, Trump is
Yeah.
going to be better for business.
And he's going to hurt the LGBT
Did you
community.
look right? Exactly. Did you look any
Yes.
further? No. So it's always steeped in some sort of attack against a marginalized community. So
Yeah, that's what it's really
LGBTQ
about.
or black people.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's really about. The Somalians that came out and said, they supported Trump because he was going to be better for business, like you said, and all this other stuff. They were always full of crap because they've always done better under Democrats.
Absolutely.
They know that.
And they voted Democratic.
Yeah, they voted Democrat before.
Exactly. So yeah.
They just wanted to hurt trans people, gay people,
as
brown
long as
people.
you're gonna hate on and hurt the people that I hate, then that's enough for me. That's enough for me. It doesn't matter. Anything else.
That's all they care about. A lot of these people.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. And it's because a lot of people, and also because a lot of people are so privileged and stuff. They don't, they think they can afford to vote to just hurt somebody else.
That's right.
And they're not going to be hurt.
They're not going to be hurt. But guess what? You are going to be hurt.
No, you're just a tool.
Wait. You're just a tool. And unless you're sitting at the table with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and that's only if you say, everything that he wants to hear. And as long as if you never veer off script or try and have an opinion of your own, you're fine. You have enough money in your bank account, you have 5 houses, which nobody does unless you're a part of the Epstein elite, the Epstein oligarch class. You're never going to have that.
And it's kind of funny because he's sitting there. This Bassett is saying, well, if you have 5, 10, 12 houses, he's saying that when that Brooke Rawlings piece of crap with agriculture is telling us we should eat 1 piece of chicken, 1 piece of broccoli.
Exactly.
I mean, so it's not even consistent.
Suck it up. No, not at all. It's just a total bunch of bullshit. It's just like, so you know what? I mean, the solution is you just, eat chicken and tortillas, corn tortillas,
beans,
and maybe something else.
Yeah, probably beans. Those are
and
cheap.
then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you won't. The people around you won't be fine. You probably smell.
Well, for sure. But it's just so
broccoli.
fucking out of touch. I mean, anybody listening to that, are you fucking kidding me?
I don't understand.
This is what you voted for?
This is what you voted for. And you know what? You should have known, because the first time he was president, what is the only thing he accomplished? Okay, after riding the Obama economy, then he started to destroy it. But the only accomplishment they had at that time was cutting taxes, another big fat tax cut for billionaires and multinational corporations. That's all he cared about.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted to get done.
You know what? I don't think you're giving him credit, though. I mean, he was very successful in driving a wonderful economy into the ditch.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
He did a great
he's very
job
good
at that.
He's always done that, because whenever he's had his own company, whenever he's bought something, he runs it into the ground.
He gets something good. He gets something that he could actually build on. And what does he do? He can't help himself. This is his base instinct, is to drive everything, to smash everything, to drive everything into the ground.
Because
he's
a dumb and he doesn't know how to run
little
it.
toddler that comes storming into your kids' preschool class and smashes everybody's block towers and
because he doesn't know how to make friends,
overturns the paint
social
table.
Skills.
This is who this fucker is.
And I don't understand. I mean, he's not even like, charming person. He's not even like a,
no,
if you could say, well, I like George W. Bush or some of these people, you could have said, well, I admire his, character somewhat. I mean, he seemed like a guy I'd want to have a beer with, right? Remember that? Who would want to have a beer with Donald fucking Trump?
Definitely not.
There's nothing about him that's appealing.
There's nothing relatable. Nothing relatable at all. No. I don't understand it.
I don't understand these people either, and yet they worship him. There are people that will just defend anything about him, including the Epstein files.
Yep. And that is why they are not welcome at my house. They're not welcome at my table.
No, nobody should be associating with these people. They should be ostracized. They have
Absolutely.
they're destroying our country. They've destroyed our reputation, our credibility around the world. We're no longer the United States of America that everybody looks up to and that everybody wants to be like. We are now a joke.
We are a joke.
We're now a joke. They're turning to China, for God's sakes.
I know.
I mean,
Okay, so let's keep going with this because, Greenland, so more on Greenland. So this was a little bit about his approach when it comes to Greenland.
We need Greenland for national security, not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place.
So one thing that jumps out, and it kind of goes back to that conversation that you had with your other friend, your other best friend.
Other best friend.
Yeah,
my lover.
Like you said, like you said, that it isn't. So when he says it's not about the minerals, that it's about the minerals.
It's about the minerals. Yeah, that's why he said that.
Yes. Exactly right. Okay, so I'm going to play this kind of ties into the last recording. Here we go. Hold on one second. Let me cue it up again.
Put it on.
Thank you. And the policy question. How much money are you thinking of giving people in Greenland to get them on board with a possible U.S.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not. Because if we don't do it,
rapey again.
China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. Okay?
We have Russia as a neighbor. Alaska, hello.
I would like to make a deal, the easy way. But if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. And by the way, I'm a fan of Denmark too. I have to tell you, and they've been very nice to me.
Sure you are.
I'm a big fan, but the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land. I'm sure we had lots of boats go there also.
Wait, wasn't there a boat that landed here?
Yeah, there was a couple boats
that landed
here. 2 or 3.
Yeah, a few. Yeah,
But we need that because if you take a look outside of Greenland right now, there are Russian destroyers, there are Chinese destroyers and bigger. There are Russian submarines all over the place. We're not going to have Russia or China occupy Greenland, and that's what they're going to do if we don't. So we're going to be doing something with Greenland, either the nice way or the more difficult way.
First of all, there are Russian subs outside of Alaska. They've been out there for a long time. So everything he says is so.
Now look. All right. Now look, Greenland. Hello, Greenland. You're a very beautiful woman, Greenland. Have I told you that before?
The hard way or the
Have I told you? Now listen, Greenland. We could do it the hard way, and you can comply, and you can not resist me, not push me off you, okay? Or we can do it the hard way.
Gross.
And that's where we use ropes.
I mean,
how fucking rapey.
He's always rapey, but he's always rapey because he doesn't look at how he steals music. Never asks for consent. I mean, I always think about that. How
he doesn't even ask for forgiveness.
No,
that's the thing. Not only
even when they tell him to stop, he doesn't stop.
Right. Not even, but this is the thing. He not only does he not ask for permission, he doesn't give a fuck about forgiveness.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? He's a fucking psychopath. He's a sociopath.
I know, and this is the worst person that we could have picked to lead this country, the most powerful country in the world. This guy has no redeeming value. He was humiliated on the world stage because he got pushback. This is a good sign. This is a great sign because the Europeans, the rest of the world, is seeing him for what we've seen him for a long time now. It's just a blustering fool.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot treat him like a serious person. You can't. No. He's constantly saying tomorrow he probably, as a matter of fact, he just posted again where they put American flag on Greenland. And by the way, with the penguin, which do not exist in Greenland.
What?
They have polar bears, but no penguins. But they're too stupid. And they've defunded the Department of Education.
Yeah. So I'm getting another update from a different friend. Well, they killed another protester.
What?
He from what I'm hearing on the television, he was underground and they shot him on the ground and they shot him 5 times besides punching him in the head.
Oh my God.
All right, we're gonna have to ask.
Oh my God.
Yep. Yep. So, do you wanna break for a second so I can see if I can pull up
Yeah,
some
go
a
ahead,
live feed?
please.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
So this is live stream. This is Don Lemon. Anita, you're mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can. Okay, here. This is the live stream. Hold on. So right now, Don Lemon is on with Michael Fanone. And they're showing live feed by Status Quo
Those
News,
guys who
which
campaigned against Biden and Kamala, by the way.
Okay, well let's keep it rolling because they are
They just
actually
pissed
out
me
there.
off.
I know.
Mike,
I know.
They're
They're doing it.
So
They're
give
doing
me
it
your response as we watch this. Again, this is all unfolding, everyone. We're going live. We're learning about a lot of this just as you are learning about it. What do you think of what I said and what you're seeing?
I mean, we're just taking a moment to, again, resettle some gear, be sure that all of our safety equipment's working.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so, I mean, you were there. You were talking to the people. Americans are incredibly, they're angry, and they are horrified at what they're seeing play out on a daily basis when it comes to Customs and Border Patrol and ICE and the way that they are being deployed and the way that they are interacting with not only the migrant community, but with American citizens. We were talking about this earlier offline. Like it is radicalizing everyday Americans, many of whom I've talked to who are never even political, because they recognize the inhumanity of these agents and their actions. And it has a visceral effect. I mean, it is deeply, deeply disturbing.
Police line tape that's been put up across.
Listening now to live coverage in Minnesota after another person was shot and reportedly killed by federal agents there. Let's listen.
Oh, yeah.
There is a
there are flashbangs.
Going off here in the crowd.
You see flashbangs, and
What
there
the
you
hell?
see the unrest happening there on the ground.
Tear gas is being deployed now to disperse this crowd.
Oh, it's a
We're
golden
exercising their First Amendment rights to gather and assemble.
Just one thing that
Peacefully
strikes
assemble.
me there, I didn't see any actions
No.
that would necessitate this deployment of gas and flashbangs and also
Thought on January 6th.
it sounds like or looks like pepper balls.
Go.
No warnings were issued.
None.
By
This is exactly how they played it in Broadview. Let me just interrupt this and just say this is exactly what it was. They didn't offer any kind of warning whatsoever. They just started shooting.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, there's
why did that court? The court allowed them to use excessive force? Told them it was okay. The Eighth Circuit or something? I mean, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah. See, so their justification for doing this, for, using flashbangs and chemical munitions on people is because they don't like what they're saying. Because all they were saying, this crowd was standing there saying, fuck ICE, ICE out. Fuck ICE, ICE out. That was it.
They weren't screaming, hang Mike Pence or anything like
No,
that?
nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
They weren't even saying hang ICE.
No, which would not be a bad idea.
I mean, this is where we are, America, and
it's like this is like Kent State. This reminds me of like, and because I read a book about Kent State, I was too young to um really understand it, but I read a book
Mm-hmm.
about it a few years ago, and the these guys that went there, the National Guard, weren't like that. But the fact of the matter is, 5 people got killed.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. America was disgusted by it and outraged.
That's right. That's right. So I'm going to back this up. Let me see if we can kind of get the initial when he broke in with this big breaking news and see what it says.
Fanone and I have been getting information on it, and we're going to give you some information. I'm going to get Michael's response, but I just want to tell you just the latest that I have. Federal agents shot a person in Minneapolis, according to the governor. City officials in Minneapolis also said they're aware of the reports of possible shooting involving a federal law enforcement agent. The incident happened in the area of West 26th Street and Nicollet Avenue and was captured on a video that was posted online that you saw right there. We're working to confirm the additional details, and they're asking the public to remain calm and avoid the immediate area. And 2 intersections, all of that they've been blocked off. And I should tell you that there has been unrest there. I'm going to show you the unrest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. This is so fucked up.
It is. I know.
And people will be like, well, I knew it would be bad, but I didn't know it would be this bad. I knew it would be this bad.
I knew it would be this bad. You and I both knew that it would be this bad.
We tried
for, I mean, when we started this, it was a year before the election. And the whole reason was because we wanted to warn people that this is how bad it was going to get.
Yep.
We told people about Project 2025. It's going to get a lot, and the experts that have been talking about authoritarianism and how this all plays out, they have said it's going to get worse before it gets better, if it can get better.
Oh my God.
But it's
going to be die.
How many people are going to die? And, how many people are going to die before enough people stand up and say enough and get angry?
Enough. Yeah. And get on the street. We're going to have to be brave.
We have to
be brave because they're killing us.
Yes.
And I told you, I've been reading those books about the resistance fighters in France. And let me tell you something. They were brave. Those people risk their lives every day, and the things that happened to them. Oh my God. The torture. It's just horrible.
And I think about even more modern, even more current is, Pussy Riot, and
Pussy
women,
Riot. Yes, exactly.
The amount of bravery that they exercised, and here even too, I mean, yes, we have so far to go, to get the numbers that really should be out in the streets. But, Anita, this is what I'm going to say is that the numbers of people, and particularly women, and now there are men joining. And this is what we were asking. Remember, we were asking, where are the men? Where are the men? Because the first time around, it was the women.
Yeah.
Exclusively women.
They just killed a man, right?
Yeah, they just killed a man. They killed a woman now in Minneapolis.
They killed a man.
And now they killed a man, and we're not safe, and we are going to get more details about this gentleman. But I will tell you right now, from the video that I just saw, that we just watched, Anita, there were 7 ICE agents. They wrestled this person.
Why?
To the ground. Happening? I don't know what we don't know what led up to it, but you know what? If the other situations are any indication, nothing. Nothing.
Their feelings
deadly.
Were hurt.
Exactly. And so they wrestled this man to the ground, and while he was laying on the ground,
they shot him.
A threat to anybody. They kicked him in the head, apparently, and then they shot him.
That's somebody's child.
That's somebody's child. That's somebody. We don't know the identity. We don't know, the relationship that this man has to anybody. But we do know that no matter what, he is somebody's child. He's somebody's brother. He's somebody's uncle. He's
maybe
somebody's
husband, father.
Something. Exactly. And, more information will be coming by the time this drops. This is going to already be, in the news cycle for a couple of days. We'll see. Yeah, but it is important for all of us. And look, I mean, we have to be aware. We have to watch this shit. It's so fucking hard to watch. It's why you don't sleep. It's why I don't sleep. It's why you
Mm-mm.
had a health issue.
Yeah.
It's why, I had some
Yeah.
gastrointestinal
You've had
stuff
problems
too.
too. Yeah.
Right. So this is what it is, guys. And it's like, we can't look away. We can't, be
You have to
silent.
ignore it.
We can't ignore it. We have to be involved. And anybody that you know that's in your family and your friend groups that have had their blinders on, you need to shake them awake
And they want us to
immediately.
be scared. This is what
They do.
they ultimately want. They
That's
want
right.
to start this kind of stuff, shooting people, killing people, throwing,
Yes.
what happened in Broadview with
Yep.
the tear gas bomb,
Yep.
what are they called? That they were shooting at people. They want us to be afraid.
Tear gas, pepper pellets, the
Yeah.
pepper spray.
And so we cannot, I know it's hard, but we can't. We're going to be afraid, but we have to stand up to them. If we want to save this country, we want this to stop. This has to stop.
If we want to make sure that our children have a country worth
Yeah.
living in and our grandchildren have a future, then we have to stop this. We have to get rid of these people. And look, we watched, the Jack Smith hearing. Many people that are listening to this watched the hearing.
Yep.
They saw that the Republican Party has not changed one bit from the cowards and that they were after the first term. When they went and kissed the ring, when they stood up there and they said that Donald Trump was to blame for the violent attack on the Capitol on January 6th. They said that, every single one of them. And
Yep.
some of those motherfuckers were sitting in that hearing and want to pretend like none of us saw it. But we
It's
saw
just
it.
so
And now
horrible.
we're seeing,
Yes, we
and
saw it
now
with our
we're
eyes.
seeing, and we are seeing this shit go down with our own eyes, with our own ears. Do not let them tell you that we are seeing something different than what we actually are witnessing. This is happening right now, people, and we have got to wake everybody that we know up and show them this shit and say, this is what you want. This is the America that you want.
Yeah. It tells you everything you need to know about these people. They were saved by the police officers like Michael Fanone that day, who had a heart attack. He had
They were trying to kill him with his own.
They were trying to kill him with his own gun. And the other cops that were there, Harry Dunn, they were sitting there, and these Republicans were just completely betrayed these people that risked their lives to save to protect the people sitting on that dais.
That's right.
And yet how horrible a person can you be?
How depraved and immoral do you have to be?
They have none. No
morality.
No decency.
No decency whatsoever. No shamelessness. And on and on and on. Name your adjective. They are it right there.
The worst of the worst.
Absolutely the worst of the worst.
That's who we should be going after, because they're the ones who are committing the crimes. They talk about Nicaragua. The people that are running around rampaging these cities are the ICE, are the Republicans.
That's right. They're murdering people. They're raping people. ICE is raping people.
Yep,
ICE is doing the raping.
Kidnapping.
They're the ones that are kidnapping people. They're perpetrating crimes against the U.S. citizenry.
Yep.
Period.
Not Nicaragua.
Not Nicaragua. But see, it's okay for MAGA because they're going after the black and brown people. Well, we don't know anything about this, really about this latest shooting victim, but we do know that they killed a white woman.
They did. And the black people and the brown people are Americans.
That's right. Exactly.
And even if they're not Americans, they're people.
That's right. They're going after off-duty cops.
Yep.
Because they're black.
Because they're black or they're brown.
That's right. Yep. So I just, we could
talk about that real quick.
Okay.
About the police, and you can
go
ahead.
Talk about that, and then we're gonna wrap this. And I want to end it by playing a clip of Representative Jared Huffman. But go ahead, say what you were gonna say.
No, I just wanted you to say that about cops and why, it's important that we understand who our enemies are and who our allies are. So go ahead.
Absolutely. And in this moment, and you and I, both, I mean, we lived through all of the unwarranted, unjust killings of unarmed black men,
Yeah.
women, children. Tamir Rice, I think of Tamir Rice.
Mhm.
And so
George Floyd.
we have George Floyd, and we had massive numbers of people turning out, black, brown, white people turning out in to against with the BLM protests,
Police brutality. Yeah.
So we've seen that, and we have all had our issues with corruption in the police police departments across the country. Right now, I just want to say that while they are not perfect in this moment, your local police, the police in the Twin Cities, the county sheriffs, the state police in blue states, where these people are deliberately attacking people, okay, those people are on our side. They are being deployed as a protection for the people at this
so when
point.
they enforce curfews or stuff like that, they're not doing it to punish you or to violate your rights.
Or take away your First Amendment rights. It is literally to protect the residents in the area and protect the people that are showing up there. Because no good. I mean, they're doing it in broad daylight. Okay, imagine what they do after dark. So
people aren't watching.
And yeah, we have to be smart about this. We have to be mindful about this. But for right now, we have to pause our distrust, our broad distrust of law enforcement right now that are truly doing the work of law enforcement, enforcing the laws, and
without masks.
By the way, without masks, and but by the way, like trying to adjust and figure out how to deal with this, because nothing like this has happened. This has not happened in America at this scale.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Historians will tell you this too. I mean, it's not just us.
It's not. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, yes, the Tulsa massacre. When you talk about, the government attacking the populace, right? We can think of some
especially in the
examples
South where it's been fascist. But now we're the whole country.
But now it's everywhere, and we should have been.
The federal government would protect you. By the way, let me just say this real quick. The federal government would come and protect you. That's what they did. They came in and protected James Meredith. Okay, when he was trying to Little Rock. Was it Little Rock? Right. They came and protected little Ruby Freeman.
Yeah, Little Rock 5. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. Well, I think it was Little Rock, Arkansas. Maybe it was Alabama. Meredith, but he had to be escorted or he had to be protected.
Right.
And now we've got a federal government that isn't protecting us. They're the ones who are killing us.
Yes. So on that note, I do want to play this.
Yeah, play him because it's good.
This gentleman is for those, for people that don't know who he is. I'm not as familiar with him.
Yeah.
So Representative Jared Huffman is a Democrat who represents California's 2nd District. He is the ranking member of the House Committee on Natural Resources and is a member of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. He plays a leading role on subcommittees regarding water, wildlife, fisheries, and infrastructure, representing California's 2nd. So I just want to play this because I think he speaks for all of us. And this is what we want in our leadership. Here we go.
And if we're real, if we're honest about what's going on, we have a madman in the White House who is running roughshod, who is running the biggest, most corrupt criminal grift in American history out of the White House. And you folks want to whistle right past the graveyard of democracy and our public lands and all of these values. We take an oath to the Constitution, and it seems that all of you took an oath to Donald Trump. And so you want to put his name on coins and buildings and park passes. You want to penalize people who cover up this shrine to Donald Trump that our park passes have been turned into. This is shameful. This is a disgrace. I would love to have a serious conversation about public lands, about recreation, about other things where we could do good work together. But pretend everything's just fine right now in the face of this. The madman right now is in Europe driving our friends into the arms of our adversaries. He's doing immeasurable damage to our credibility on the world stage, and you guys are just fine with it. What the hell is wrong here? What the hell is wrong? I'm not going to sit here and pretend everything is just fine for our public lands, for the agencies we depend on, for our democracy, for our credibility, for truth and justice and what's left of integrity. That's a disgrace. I'm not doing any justice to this committee or to the Explore Act or anything else to sit here and pretend everything is just fine and pat ourselves on the back for what we did a year ago.
There you go.
This
is
wrong.
not normal, and I'm not going to normalize it. I yield back.
That's right. That's exactly what I want to hear from all of our representatives.
This is exactly what everybody needs to be saying.
It's not normal.
You know, from
we
singing
have a
from the
madman.
same. Yep, he is a madman, and he was speaking, you know, to what they're doing to the public lands, but it can be applied to everything. What he's doing to us on the world stage, what he is doing in our streets. He
That's
is
right.
a madman. And now, right
can't
now,
pretend.
Anita,
Yeah.
trending on Twitter right now is invoke the Insurrection Act now. This is what's trending right now.
Well,
so,
Twitter.
Yeah. So
Take it for
it's
what
Twitter.
it's worth. Yeah.
It's Twitter. We'll take it for what, especially since we know the
There are a bunch of Nazis on there.
bot farms.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Right. So, but yeah. Look, Anita, we have to take a beat. We've got to take a breath, but we've got.
I wish
to
we could have been more upbeat. I wish this could have been more upbeat, but this horrible thing happened, and it's just. I don't know.
And we are everybody in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Right
Yeah,
now, we are all one with with the people of Minneapolis and St. Paul. We are all one with the people that are under attack in Maine, in Texas, in North Carolina, in Chicago. This is ongoing, and they're trying to justify this criminality, this absolute
and
shitting all
it.
over the Constitution. And
they want to normalize it to where we sit there and go,
it.
Yeah, like he said, we're not going to normalize it.
We're not going to normalize it. And, you know, maybe, you know, the leaders of higher education, the leaders of, you know, industry, corporations, the oligarchs, the technocrats, you know, all of the people that benefit from this kind of bullshit.
And the ones that are going along to get along.
Yeah, exactly. Every single one of them, you know, this is not us. This is not the majority of us. The majority of us are not okay with this shit.
Nope.
And we're going to stand up. You guys are a bunch of pussy-ass cowards, self-serving cowards. We are not.
This is American carnage. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about American carnage? That's exactly what he's bringing us.
When we come together in community, that is to look out for the common good. That's what we do. That is what separates us from all of you people who protect pedophiles and serve the best interests of the Epstein elite and the Epstein class. So sleep well, fuckers, because we're going to come for you. All right. On that note, love you, Anita.
Love you too, Karen.
Stay strong, everybody, and we will
see you in 2
weeks.
Bye.